Welcome to the Memorizing Tarot Cards podcast, your 3-minute lessons on learning and memorizing each card using symbolism. I use the Rider Waite Tarot if you would like to view the card while you listen using your own tarot card deck or a computer. Today, we're exploring the Five of Wands with a special focus on reversals. First, let's start with the divine meaning of the card, and then the meaning when reversed. When the Five of Wands appears upright, it typically represents conflict, competition, and the chaos that can arise when disagreeing. When reversed, the energy shifts towards resolving these conflicts, finding common ground, or moving past the issue. If you've been dealing with disagreements or conflicts, this card shares with the querent that the situation is on its way to being resolved. It's a sign that either you or others involved are ready to let go of the fight. It can also mean that you are resolving an inner conflict you have had for a while. You may have been struggling with indecision, self-doubt, or conflicting desires, and you are starting to gain clarity. This card suggests you are finding alignment within yourself, which will lead to a more peaceful state of mind. Next, let's talk about ways to approach this card in a reading. When you see the Five of Wands reversed, it's a message to focus on communication and understanding. Whether the conflict is internal or external, seek ways to create harmony. This might include having difficult conversations, but the goal is to remove strife and bring about harmony. Be compassionate with yourself as well, and focus on self-care. To memorize this card, think of a time in your life where you felt worn down by the Five of Wands upright and felt that melting away with the Five of Wands reversed. Let me share an example. My Five of Wands reversed memory was my first argument with my husband. We rarely fought, and to this day, we rarely fight. I don't remember what triggered the fight because it was over 10 years ago. Still, I remember the shock that we were fighting, and I'm sure it felt similar for him. The tension of seeing each other in a new light, and for the first time, being out of sync on something that we were both passionate enough about to have a heated argument. I also remember the relief when the black cloud lifted, the fog started to clear, and we could see the sun again. The relief I felt when the situation was worked out, and as we slowly returned to a weird version of normal, and eventually, entirely back to normal and stronger, having resolved a hurdle. When I see the Five of Wands, I can feel that transition from mad to numb to calm to talking, resolving, then a bit of eggshell walking to normal to grateful. Thank you for joining me in exploring the Five of Wands reversed. This card reminds us that while conflict is a natural part of life, there is always a way toward resolution and harmony. Whether dealing with external challenges or inner doubts, the reversed Five of Wands encourages you to find peace and move forward. Of course, to memorize tarot, keep practicing tarot. As you listen to these 3-minute lessons, you will consistently remember the symbolism that applies across different cards in the deck. Thank you for listening. Join us for more 3-minute lessons to memorize more cards.